Hey y'all, welcome back to the couch. This is On the Couch with Dr. Elly. Today we continue our conversation that we have been having on girl power, building confidence, building brand. And today I really want to talk about girl power, not only from a singular and individualistic expression of power, but what happens when girls come together, when women come together, and we actually create an amazing and beautiful synergy, camaraderie, sisterhood that allows us to all play our individual parts. In this week's episode of More with Dr. Elly, I have an incredible sister friend of mine, Mary, having a conversation with me about what girl power means to her. And during our conversation, we really delved deep into girlhood and the ways in which we experience power as little girls, and how that impacts the way that we navigate and experience power as adults. One of the things that we really delved into was on girl friendships, and how before life happens, before boys happen, as girls, we are all about girls. We're all about, I want to go hang out with other girls. I want to go ahead and play with them, we swim with them. It doesn't mean that bullying and cattiness doesn't happen, but there's something really pure and magical about girls hanging together, especially when we're young. But as we get older, there's something that happens to us. One, our self-confidence as individuals begins to be broken down by society because they're telling us who we're supposed to be. They're telling us that we're not smart enough, that we're not pretty enough, that we're not good enough. And at some point, there's a mismatch between ourselves and our girlfriends. For whatever reason, we begin to see each other more and more as competition and less like sisters, people that we should actually work with, collaborate with, like we did as little girls. So when we were really talking about this, for me, a lot of this is fundamentally rooted in patriarchy. It's also fundamentally rooted in our lack of conversations about how coming together as women is actually more powerful than us standing on our own. Therefore, when we talk about girl power, it's just not about us encouraging you to be confident in yourself and to build your own individuality so that you can harness your potential as a person, but it's also about challenging yourself to think about how you are showing up in the girlhood, in the collective sisterhood, in the womanhood, and what is the role that you are playing as an individual. Y'all, collective empowerment is more important than anything else. I can tell you that from a sociological framework, that even though we live in a society that keeps telling us to individually empower ourselves and leave it there, I want to go ahead and challenge that. I want to challenge that to say, absolutely empower yourself. Personal growth, personal development is critical to who you are. But in that self-empowerment, you want to make sure that your cup is full and overflowing so that you can empower the community of women around you, so that you can pour into the cups of other women around you. Don't buy into the individualistic empowerment, the individualistic, capitalistic, neoliberal feminism that is out there. Question it. Question it, because life is not just about you. You are a member of a community. And as a member of a community, you should definitely always play your part. And understand that life is not you always at the center of the story. No, you're not always the protagonist of everybody and everything. Part of you being human is understanding that you have a role to play in the community. The community that is your family, the community that is your tribe, the community that is your village, the community that is your country. You have a role to play, and you also have a role to play in the community that is womanhood, that is girlhood. So in talking about empowerment, it's extremely important for us to always understand and situate our power in the context of empowering other people, of being able to have enough and blessed enough to be able to pour those blessings out into the world, out into the lives of other women. It is such a critical part of what we talk about when we say girl power. It's a consciousness of all the women who went before us, who fought for us to have the rights that we do now as women. And it is also our commitment to ensure that as other women make it, as we go on to advocate for the rights of women, for the rights of women to express themselves in their independence, we are doing our part for other members of our community of women. So that's really the conversation that I wanted us to have, to really understand that when we build who we are, we should build who we are and own our girl power with the understanding that we gotta pour it into other people. And this is a conversation that we're gonna be having, especially during ETK Leadership Weekend, which is happening from September 26th to 28th right here in Geneva. You want to make sure that you are there because it's going to be about authentic community building, building connections amongst women in a real way, taking our heels off and actually being able to celebrate each other, encourage each other, motivate one another. And again, y'all, when we come together, we are more powerful than when we are apart. Maya Angelou said it best, and I'm sure you guys have seen this video where we're talking about Maya Angelou and ETK Leadership Weekend, but she said it best. She said, I show up as one, but I stand as 10,000. I know I stand as 10,000. I stand in my girl power because of all the women in my life who have carried me, and I want to go ahead and do that for other people as well. So y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and you have been watching On the Couch with Dr. Elly. See you in Geneva in September.